So recently I updated Flutter Firebase Board, my open source application. Basically several people asked me to update the application because there are some changes. At the time I developed this application, I was using provider 3 library, and now there is provider 4 library, and I found all other libraries. Like if I go to my pub spec for the project, I see that all other libraries are basically updated, so I use all the latest libraries in here. So after I updated all the libraries, I found the application was not working. So yeah, today I actually worked to fix the application, and I committed all my code. So currently this application basically has all the latest libraries. So in this video I want to show you what changes I basically made to this application to support provider version 4 and some other changes. And I also found that there are some problem when I tried to run this application in Android. So after lots of debugging and the help from Google, I finally able to fix this. And in the project repo there is a I updated the readme. So if you click this how to, migrating Firebase configuration for Android, you will see that there is a full list of steps you have to follow if you want to support this application or any Flutter application to Android where you are using Firebase authentication, Google sign-in, and Firestore database like this. So all the steps are discussed in here. So now let me show you what changes I needed, and if you want to use this application or maybe in your application, what kind of changes you have to make to support provider 4 and some other things. So here in this Flutter Firebase board, if you click that migration to provider 4, if you click here, you will see that here are the updated to provider 3 to 4. So here is the documentation that what kind of things you have to change. And if I click this changes committed, you will see that what I have changes in the existing repo. So let me scroll down a bit. So the first thing I changes is that when I updated to the latest provider library and all the Google sign-in Firebase auth, I found that when I try to run this application in Android, it was not working. So I have to enable this multi-dex enable to true. So where you can find it, you can find it Android /app/build.gradle. Let me show you. So here in the project you will see there is an Android, then app, then there is a build.gradle. Okay, so here you have to enable this multi-dex enable to true, otherwise it will not work. So this is one changes. Then there is a Google service.json. So previously when I develop, I think I did not have to do this step, but now normally when you develop a Firebase based application, you have, if you support iOS, you have to add the application like iOS and you have to provide the bundle ID. But now I have to do the similar thing. I have to, in Firebase, I have to add an app, the Android app, where I have to provide this ID, the application ID. So where you can get the application ID, you can get the application ID from here. So here you can see there is an application ID. You can, if you want, you can change it. Also, if you click Android app source main and then Android manifest.xml, you will see here is also the package name or application ID. So you need this ID to add the application in Firebase, and then you have to download this Google service.json file which I mentioned in step here, and then you have to copy that file in here. So Android app, you see there is a Google service.json file. So you must have to do this, otherwise it will not work, or any Flutter application where you are using Firebase will not work in Android devices. So it is a very important steps. Okay, so then what I changes, okay, so android.build.gradle. So there is another file Android and Android then build.gradle. You have to update all the latest version for this. So previously it was different version, you say 3.2.1, now it is 3.6.3 and 4.3.0. So you have to update this as well. And then what changes I did, okay, so Android/Gradle dot properties, here basically I have to use these two statements. So here you can see that after this there is a Android X migration documentation, how to migrate your app for Android X. I think if you create new Flutter application, you most probably do not need to do this step. You have this automatically, new Flutter application should support Android X. But if you have existing Flutter based application, in that case you have to copy these two lines, android.user android x equals to and android.enable jetfire equals to. So it would be in android.gradle.properties. Here you see these two lines in here. So this is another changes. And also there is a android/gradle/wrapper, android/gradle/wrapper, and there is a gradle-wrapper.properties. Here you have to use the latest version. So currently the latest version is 5.6.4 -all. So these are some configuration need to follow to support the Flutter project to Android. Okay. And then I already mentioned that here you have to update all the latest version. So normally you see that when a version is outdated, that line becomes yellow. So when that is yellow, that means it has a new version. You have to just update the version number, the latest version number. And this Cocoa Pod spec is basically by Flutter automated script, so I don't have to do anything manually. Let's come a bit down. All right, so now here first I want to tell you that if you see the main.dart file, and if I search here main.dart, so main.dart, yes, this one. So previously if you notice that I was using providers, then change the revive and builder. So basically this builder is changed to create. That's one change. And another changes is that previously I was using a method like provider.off, then the state name and listen equals true. Previously I was using in many places, but you cannot use this at all in provider version 4. When you need to re-render a widget, what you do, you can use if the state change, it will automatically re-render. So there is a function that if you use that function like provider then off, then you have to pass the within the angle bracket that what kind of state you are looking for, and there you can pass the parameter listen equal to true. But now you cannot do this. So that's the major changes. So for this reason I basically here at the top I basically use the consumer class or consumer widget to access the authentication state provider. Here you see the code. I basically did a massive change. You see that this red, all the red color or pink color is gone, and here I changes this thing. So now any of the child from the child widget I can access that. And also if you notice some function like get action and some other function, those function I already changed. So here you see that get action, previously I do not pass this authentication state auth state instance, but now I changes the function name. So I manually pass the auth state from here. So there is get action is called in here and in here. So I pass the auth state which I can access from here. Basically this consumer is the parent widget, and so then I can access the provider. So this is one major changes. And if you check all my other code, you will see there are some changes here and there, especially if you check the widget. If you check the widget, you will see something is changed. So all the changes you can see in this commit, that what changes I did to support the application for provider 4. So now let me run this application in iOS simulator so that I can show you the demo that it is using the latest provider 4 version. So you see now the application is running, and now I can select any of the vote option from here. For suppose best mobile framework, I can click continue. Support I vote for Flutter and click continue, and the result is showing. I can also click log out. I can again click Google sign in or anonymous sign in, and it works. So these are some of the changes I did from main, and another big changes you will see in the launch screen. Dart here, you see that this go to home screen, this function was basically at the top level. After the widget build function, the first line is this statement, but now I remove this one and I put this one under here, under this consumer state, so that I can access this state from here. So every time the authentication state change, like if user click log out, or if anyway the user token is become invalid, then it should be log out automatically, right? So if this kind of thing change, you see that this function will trigger and it will move your screen to the home screen. Suppose if I click here log out, it will go to the home screen. So this basically I have changes a bit here and there. So that's it. So if you want to study this code, if you followed my previous two video tutorials, that how to develop a Bolt application, the Scratch application, and then how to add the Google sign-in and Firebase auth. And now if you want to update those libraries, Provider 3 to 4 and some other libraries, then you have to remember that what kind of changes I have did to support to the latest libraries. Okay, so I hope this discussion will help you to understand that what basically changes and how I solve the problem to support the latest libraries.